Hello guys, I'm Rishabh and today I'll walk you through a short tutorial on grid computing. So without wasting any time, let's get started. A scientist studying proteins logs into a computer and uses an entire network of computers to analyze data. A businessman accesses his company's network through a PDA in order to forecast the future of a particular stock. An army official accesses and coordinates computer resources on 3 different military networks to formulate a battle strategy. So what is it that makes all of this so easy? That's grid computing. So what is grid computing? To execute a complex task, a lot of data has to be processed. If a single processor is made to do all of this processing, something like this might happen. A simple solution is to bring together different processors and make them process independent tasks simultaneously and connect the results over a network to get the complex result. By definition, grid computing is a processor architecture that combines computer resources from various domains to reach a main objective. In grid computing, the computers on the network can work on a task together, thus functioning as a supercomputer. Now the question that arises is, how does grid computing work? To understand this and its functioning, we need to first understand the concept of serial computing and parallel computing. So, what is serial computing? By definition, each processor uses a queue system to execute tasks. There are many algorithms implemented in the system, but in essence, there is a task queue. A single processor can handle only one task at a time, and as a result, programming of software has evolved to execute each task sequentially. This is known as serial computing. The first task is implemented, and then the second, and then the third, which results in the final ultimate output. And what is parallel computing? By definition, even though sequence plays an important role in computing, there are certain tasks that are mutually exclusive and can therefore be performed simultaneously. If 2 tasks can be performed independently of each other, they can be assigned to 2 different machines. This concept is that of parallel computing, and it looks something like this. Now coming back to our initial question, how does grid computing work? If a machine on a computing grid has a large task to be performed, the different modules are analyzed and the independent ones are executed separately by different machines. The results are amalgamated together in the original machine. Now let us look at the applications of grid computing. First, super distributed computing. They are those applications whose needs cannot be met in a single node. The needs occur at specific times of time and consume many resources. Second, systems distributed in real time. They are applications that generate a flow of data at high speed that must be analyzed and processed in real time. Third, specific services. Here, we do not take into account the computing power and storage capacity, but the resources that an organization can consider as not necessary. Grid represents these resources to the organization. Fourth, the intensive process of data are those applications that make great use of storage space. These types of applications overwhelm the storage capacity of a single node and the data gets distributed throughout the grid. And fifth, virtual collaboration environments, area associated with the concept of teleimmersion, so that the substantial computational resources of the grid and its distributed nature are used to generate distributed 3D virtual collaboration environments. Now we'll look at how advantageous grid computing is and also what its disadvantages are. The advantages of grid computing: can solve larger, more complex problems in a shorter time, easier to collaborate with other organizations, and make better use of existing hardware. Disadvantages of grid computing: Grid software and standards are still evolving. Learning curve to get started, non-interactive job submission. So that was it for our video today, guys. A basic introduction to the concepts of grid computing. It's a relatively new topic, a newer domain, so there is a lot of scope for development in both the fields of industry as well as research. And I hope you liked my videos and you enjoyed it. I will be uploading more such tutorial videos in the future on various topics. And till then, peace out.